People keep asking me what is the best 7-star in All-Star Tower Defense, so let's showcase all the 7-stars and figure out which one is the best and then rank them on my tier list. Now I know a lot of you guys want to know, why is Luffy on the thumbnail? Because Gear 5 is dropping in the anime very soon, and Boa's special ability does it requires Luffy. And if you guys take a look at my last 7-star tier list, you're gonna see that we actually predicted Boros, guys. So we are getting 2 new 7-stars as well from the Star Pass in 88 hours. Smash the subscribe button, help me reach my next sub goal for our code unit, and hey, maybe we will make our girl Dragon Maid into a 7-star. All right, here we go, guys. Let's start it off with the 7-star slow unit. All right, so we actually have 2 7-star slow units in the game right now. We have Griffith and we have Mochi. Now we're gonna showcase these together because it's kind of important. Now, first thing to note, Falcon does not start slowing until pretty later upgrade, guys. Look at this, guys. You have to spend about 57k roughly, 56.4k be able to get him to slow, and look at his AoE. So we're gonna actually move our Mochi to be in the center of this AoE. All right, right here. And then you're gonna notice that Mochi definitely has a bigger AoE. But you're gonna also notice another thing, guys, and that is that Mochi does not hit the air unit. And a lot of infinite modes have air unit, and that's gonna give Griffin an edge. Look at that, Griffith an edge. So there is the difference right there, guys, in AoE sizes. But you're gonna also notice that, look at the damage, 4.81, which is one of the higher DPS units in the game. I'm not gonna say it's the highest, but it's up there. Versus 240k, which is, and I know you guys want to see the attack effects, so let's go showcase those real quick. All right, here we go. So this is what it's looking like. Come on, anytime now, buddy. Bang. Ooh, and bloop. And then we have our boy Falcon with the bang. There you go, guys. All right, so now it's time to rank them. Now, I'm gonna be honest, guys, we're gonna have to give them both S tier. Now, as far as which one is better than the other, it really just depends on which mode you're doing. So we'll just put them all on the same tier. All right, guys, next up, we have one of the most goated units in the game. We have our boy Sid, who is actually one of the highest damaging units ever. Honestly, you could consider him to be the highest damage unit in the game. I'm not gonna lie. All right, what makes him special is this right here, guys, his ability, and he's the best bleed unit in the game as well. Look at this, guys. 9.24 million bleed with a 5 SPA. That is straight up crazy amounts of DPS. And then you factor in his ability. Oh my gosh, his ability is so busted. Oh my gosh, look at that, guys. We're already in the billions now. It was that easy. So definitely highly recommend a unit, guys. And obviously, like, he's meta for pretty much everything. Plus, he's the dark element, so you can stack him with a Demon Asta. So this guy is easily one of the best units in the game. His biggest downfall, though, is that he only hits ground units. All right, so let's rank our boy Sid at easily S tier. All right, next up, we have our boy Gohan, who did actually get a buff recently. Now, he is a rage unit, so whenever we show his stats, these are not going to be his max stats. Obviously, if they were, then he would be trash. But I'm not going to lie, guys. He is not the greatest unit in the game. He's not even, I don't think he's even in the top 10 of DPS units in the game right now. Even with his damage per wave. So unfortunately, we're going to have to rank him a little bit lower than a lot of the units. I'm going to put him in B tier. Like, he's a good unit, but like, there's just a lot of units that are better than him. I'm not gonna lie. All right, next up, guys, we got our boy Tanjaro. Oh my gosh, now Tanjaro is really good. Not only is he decent for infinite mode, but the thing is, he's actually really good for raid modes as well. He has the sunburn effect, which actually apparently slows down the unit. Not by much, but a little bit. And then, of course, guys, he actually has some fairly decent DPS. And to stack onto that, he also hits the air units as well, which makes him quite the good, very good unit, guys. Now, while he is a great unit, I don't really think we can technically give him S tier. Just because, like, if I'm doing a solo match, I'm not necessarily going to be wanting to bring Tanjaro. So I definitely would pick Ombre over Tanjaro, but Tanjaro is definitely a step above Gohan. So I'm going to put him in A tier. All right, next up, guys, we have Tamura. We're just going to speed run this one because he's unobtainable right now. Now, he's not a bad unit, guys. He's just not amazing. And he's actually surprisingly good for story mode. You're going to notice, like, considering he's a dark unit, you can get triple the DPS. And, like, he's doing, like, 3 million with buff, 9 million for a 7, and he's only costs, like, 70k. So, like, I can definitely see people using him in game. But, like, as of him being, like, a good unit or not, definitely kind of mid. Even his decay ability is kind of hard to use. It's just a little bit too weak. So overall, we're gonna have to put a little bit of disrespect on this guy's name. I'm gonna drop him in the C tier. Definitely not as good as Gohan, but still not terrible. All right, let's switch it up. All right, guys. I'm like, oh, whoa, what happened to my beard? Maybe, oh my gosh. All right, here we go, guys. I might get some hate for this one, but we're checking out Deku next. Now, he was a Star Pass unit. Hey, maybe they'll make him tradable or something. I'm not sure. But if we take a look at him, he's a pretty much not a bad unit, I'd say. He's kind of like a jack of all trades. If you take a look at his ability, you can like switch him into anything you want. Like now he's a stun unit. Now he's a slow unit. But the problem is like every time you do that, his stats just aren't great. Like he's okay at everything, but like not good at anything. So it's hard to like recommend him, but like he's decent if you're soloing and you still need like a buff unit. And another thing is like even his buff sucks. Like look at this. If we like put him on this, like he gives a 200% buff. Like everybody else gives 250%. Like except Irwin. So like I guess he does give the range buff though, which is kind of nice, but it's not as good as the Merlin range buff. So like he's okay at everything, not great at anything. And honestly guys, his DPS is good, but it's not great. So overall guys, we're gonna unfortunately have to put this man in the B tier until somebody comes up with some sort of infinite mode strategy that uses him. I feel like it's definitely possible, but as of right now, it's not there. All right, next up guys, we have, oh, I guess we placed him down already. We got our boy Mob. Now Mob's an interesting unit. Not a lot of people are going to be using him. However, he's very good for like air infinite modes, so he does have that benefit. Now unfortunately, he's kind of trash for story mode. You can kind of see how expensive the upgrades were, but his DPS is kind of mid as well though, I'm not gonna lie. Like considering you remember you can only place one of him, so it kind of sucks. The only thing that's good about him is Esper Rage, which you guys can probably just see my damage go up to the freaking moon. Like that's really good, but remember you can only use it ever once per game, which kind of sucks, and you can only use him or Sid. So like that's the other problem with him. And I know most people in like normal infinite mode are going to be using Sid, but if you're in like air infinite mode, a Mob is not a bad play. So like I definitely would say he's meta for a lot of modes, but I'm not gonna say he's gonna get a lot of like normal like play during raid mode, etc. So like I definitely think he's worse than Sid. We're gonna have to give him A tier. Like Sid is definitely better. I mean, Mob is still good, but like if we're gonna be honest guys, I think Sid, everybody can agree Sid is slightly better than Mob. All right, here we go guys, let's get down Meliodas. Now Meliodas did have a new leaked blessing, so that's pretty cool with Meliodas. Now unfortunately, that's about all Meliodas has going for him. Now his ability is actually meta, and his DPS isn't horrendous. What his ability does is it basically takes down every enemy's HP to 60%. All right, or less if it's already less. So it's a very good ability, and it is a meta ability. But the problem is like, unless you're doing infinite mode with other people or gauntlet mode with other people, like he's not going to be used much. But I mean, he is meta for gauntlet mode and infinite mode. And the other thing that makes him like not great is the 6-star Zamasu, which isn't a Stardust unit, is really easy to get and basically does almost the exact same thing. So like I just feel like you might as well, like I would never like go for this guy first. I definitely think he's meta, but like I would pick pretty much any other unit before going for Meliodas. All right, next up guys, we have our boy Zorro. Now Zorro's another good unit, but unfortunately we just showed off Sid, and you guys can kind of see like Sid is way like double the bleed damage and like less than half the SPA. So that's unfortunate. However, Zorro is the best bleed unit in the game that hits air units as well, so he does kind of get that distinction. But overall, I don't really think he's that great of a unit. Like I don't think anybody's putting him in the meta or for anything, or like maybe barely. However, he's still a good unit. He's not bad. I just don't think he's gonna get a lot of usage, so I'm gonna have to put him in like high B tier, maybe low A tier. All right, next one. I don't know why, but I've seen a lot of people asking for soul raids recently for Ichigo, but I don't know how to explain this to you. He's trash. He is one of the lowest DPSs in the game for a 7-star. There's like 3 or 4 6-stars that do more damage than him. It's crazy. Like this guy is legit just bad. Now Awakening is kind of nice, but it makes him only hit airs. But overall guys, he just has a really low like DPS, so it's kind of hard to recommend him. I just say like stay away from him. He's just not worth it. So for that reason, like I might get some hate for this, but we're putting him in the C tier, man. He's just average to below average. All right, next up guys, we got our boy Eisen. Now Eisen, he's a pretty goated unit. He's basically meta for like every single raid, and he's the reason people solo like the harder raids. So I definitely say he's a really like good unit to get, especially his hypnosis takeover ability is just busted. it spawns in enemies with half the HP. You guys can kind of see. Sometimes it spawns enemies with 0 HP though, which is a little bit annoying. Now he's meta for gauntlet mode. In multiplayer, he's meta for infinite mode strategies. He's meta for basically a lot of things. And he's definitely meta for raid mode. So for that reason, we're easily have to give him S tier. Now I'd probably say like, I'd probably put him here. Like I think Sid is, actually you know what, I'm gonna have to give him like S tier. Cause like he's basically like the GOAT for raid mode. Bro, why is my face a smile? It's supposed to be the like rainbow look. Oh well. I don't know what is going on with like the catalog day. I don't even have my staff. And I feel like I'm missing something else. I don't know what it is though. Oh yeah, I'm missing the Valkyrie helm too. What the heck? Bro, what is going on with Roblox today? Anyways, let's take a look at the next unit, guys. We have Guts. Now Guts is officially the highest DPS unit, not counting abilities, in the game. Now he is cost an arm and a leg. They actually nerfed him from release, making him cost a lot more. But he does an insane amount of damage, guys. 14.6 for 5 SPA. Again, though, like a few other units, he does not hit airs, which is kind of a big deal. But his SPA and AoE are just so freaking amazing. And his thing lasts forever, too. Like, I think his effect lasts, like, as long as Black Flames, which is crazy good. Overall, guys, I'm pretty sure everybody knows this, but, like, Guts is one of the most goated units in the game. If you're doing infinite mode, he's really good. I'd probably say he's better than Eisen for infinite mode. But like for raid mode, yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough, guys, picking between those two. Very tough. All right, next up we have Princess Apollo. All right, now what makes her special is her ability. She's basically the queen of gauntlet mode. You can use her or Rimuru. I recommend bringing both though. She's basically the GOAT though. Doesn't matter what they have. Actually, I don't know if it works on mini boss. Let's see if it works on mini boss. No, it doesn't. But she does insane damage as well. Again, the big problem with her though is you only actually place down 4 of her, which kind of cuts into her DPS a lot. So she's not actually ranked that high for DPS, but she is good for gauntlet mode, so we'll give her an A tier because she's kind of one-sided. All right, let's go switch over here because I forgot she's not sellable, and we're gonna place down our girl, our boy Diabolo. All right, now I guess Diabolo sucks for raid mode, but Diabolo is crazy meta for gauntlet mode and crazy meta for infinite mode as well. Basically he's a little bit of Zamasu and a lot of Law and a little bit of Dio. So he's a really, really, really good unit. And overall, I definitely think he's meta for a lot of modes. So we're going to have to give him an S tier, but like definitely not for his damage. His damage is dog water. So just remember, he's only good for his ability. And S tier because his ability is meta for multiple different modes. All right, next up we have the worst 7-star in the game. You know what? Do I even have to showcase Cell? Like, do I even have to? You get it for free from like the battle road, but like, what is this DPS? 2.17 for 8? Like, are you kidding me, man? Like, this is just so bad. D tier. Not even gonna waste my time on that guy. It's just so bad. All right, next up, if you combine these two when they're wearing their orbs, you get Kurama. And yeah, Kurama looks super cool. So like, that's true. But if we take a look at his damage, oh man, got messed up. 1 second. If you take a look at his damage, it's mid. 17.7 for 6. Yeah, guys. And if you take a look, his AoE is really freaking small. So overall, I can't really recommend this guy. And let's go like showcase these guys too. Now, Sasuke is the best Black Flames unit for air units, so that's actually pretty good. That's gonna be really good for him in the rankings at least. And Naruto though, he's basically Cell. Like, look at this. Let me go play Cell again. However, the thing about Naruto is he's actually decent for marine raids. So he's definitely 1 step above Cell. And he actually he's better too if you factor in SPA. All right, take a look at that. Yeah, he's doing slightly less damage, but SPA is king. So for that reason, we're going to be ranking Naruto in the C tier, Sasuke in the A tier. And this Joker in the D tier. I'm sorry, just don't use Kurama. Because he's like, you have to waste this slot to bring Naruto, like, and then you can't, like, it's just not worth it. It would be more worth it if Naruto hit airs, but he doesn't. Like, only Sasuke does. So it's a really, really weird combo. All right, guys, let's get it. Okay, let's check out our boy Boros next. Now, Boros is one of the newer units, so we'll just speedrun his showcase, but I guess some people might want to see it. So I know you guys only care about his final stats, so we'll just show out his final stats. He has a really massive AoE, and yeah, guys, with the leader bonus, 102 million damage. Now without the leader bonus, we're looking at a little bit less. We're looking at 81.6-ish million, but still very good. Now he actually isn't one of the highest DPS units in the game. However, he is the highest air DPS unit in the game, not counting abilities. So he's good for that at least. So if you're doing any mode with airs, he's pretty good. But again, you're going to be paying an arm and a leg for it. Look at his total cost, guys. 8.83 million for sell price. That means he's costing close to 20 million. Like, that's a bit ridiculous. I'm not going to lie. But he is the best air DPS in the game, not counting abilities. So we're going to give him some credit, guys. I'm going to rank him in the S tier. We'll rank him like right here. Definitely a great unit to have, but really hard to grind for. All right, next up we have a few units that really need buffs. We have, I'm just gonna put them together because they're basically the same unit. We have Broly, and we have now Blue Vegu is better for story mode and raid mode. I'll give him that credit, but yeah, factoring everything in, they're basically very similar units, and they're both not good. Like, honestly, guys, like they both need buffs, which kind of sucks because of how sick Broly looks. But yeah, they're pretty bad DPSs, especially compared to like Guts and Sid. So unfortunately, guys, we're gonna have to rank them fairly low on our list. I'm gonna probably put them both like, I'd probably say like high C tier. All right. Next up, we have our boy Metal Cooler. All right, Metal Cooler has his ability, and he's kind of no longer as meta as he used to be. Like, his ability is still really good, and he's great for like soloing raids and stuff. However, he's not really that good for infinite mode, which is a bit unfortunate. So for that reason, we're gonna probably say like, I'm gonna put him in like high A tier, just because he's only good for raid mode, and most people like to rank things based on like how good they are for like infinite mode, and he's trash for that. All right, next up we have Kirito. Now Kirito is one of the highest air DPSs in the game. However, he's a lot like Boros, where look at the cost, guys. They are so expensive. Can we please get a 7-star money unit, because we need it? But look at that damage, guys. 32.9 for 9 SPA. That's really good. Like, look at this, guys. We can compare their stats. Look at this, guys. 38.2 for 16 SPA. 32.9. That's almost double the damage, guys. Now, granted, full AoE versus not full AoE, but still. Now, honestly, if we take a look at Kirito's last full like upgrade till becomes no longer full AoE, like, now again, he is a lot more expensive than Broly, but like double the DPS, even though he's not full AoE, is kind of worth it to me. Especially considering money isn't usually an issue right now. So we're gonna give Kirito high. Yeah, it's tough because he's actually meta for raid mode as well. So honestly, like, I might say he's better than Boros. It's close, man. It's close. And plus, what people don't understand is every third hit, Kirito has like does a critical attack where he does like 3x the damage. So like, he's almost doing double the damage. I think it's like 66% additional on this. So like, even if we compare like the two stats of the units, let's take a look here. We got 102 for 12 versus 32.9. You kind of have to multiply this by like 60% though. So it's a lot closer than you think. So, and Kirito is just better for raid mode as well. So for infinite mode, I think you might want to go with Boros. But it's close. Plus Kirito's Kone AoE, which I like better. So I'm gonna give Kirito the edge over Boros, but it's very, very close. So there you go, guys. There's the final tier list. Make sure you guys screenshot it and comment down below. Did I disrespect any of your favorite units? And how should I make the tier list better in the next version? Let's get it.